Hello everyone, we're back again with another unboxing slash review. Today we've got ruler Jeanne d'Arc, or Joan of Arc, depending on where you're from. Apparently there's like a million different ways of pronouncing her name, depending on what country you're from. But this is a very similar Nendoroid. If you've watched the Jeanne Alter video, it's pretty much that, but less crazy, less evil, less white hair. Have I taken the sticker off this? Yeah, I have. Cool. So we'll see how far we get. Sadly, when I put Jeanne d'Arc in my current display thing, if you've seen that little update video I did with the channel schedule, she's kind of stuck on top of everything because her flag makes her too tall. So with this Jeanne, I probably won't have the flag standing straight up, but like that's such an iconic pose, so who knows, maybe I'll go for it anyway. Alright, let's see what we got in the instructions. Got some English ones this time. Okay, all the items it comes with, the goddamn annoying sword that she has. Oh, such pain. Let's move that there. Where did I get this again? I got this from, actually I got this from the same guy who sold me, what was it, the last video I did? The Snow Miku one, so Wednesday's video. He sold me this as well. I actually had already ordered it from Amazon, but this guy was giving it to me at a better price, so Amazon was cool with me canceling it, so I did. And I mean, like, the stuff I ordered from Amazon's still on the way, so I'll sort that out when it comes through. But what do we have here? So we've got the kind of long extended arm, we've got the extra neck piece, and then the base as usual. And we have Jeanne herself. What was her nickname? It wasn't... I think it was Child of Light? Something like that? I want to say that was her. Was that Ku? That might have been Ku. Ku was Child of something, or Child of Island? No, Ku was Child of Light. I don't remember what Jeanne's nickname was. But I know if you play FGO, there's a summer event coming up for Archer Jeanne, and apparently she's very good. So look out for that. But all my Saints Quartz are going to... pulling this out apparently. All my Saints Quartz are going to Scotty. Because you can't live without Scotty. Okay, let's put your pots back on. Okay, so that goes like so. Thankfully, we're done away. She does seem to have the kind of cool bendy legs, which is nice. And then which way did this go? Because I've ripped you off. I think it's on this way. Okay, that just kind of sits on top. Okay. So this is a interesting way of putting her together. And then that goes like so. And we push this back up. Okay, there we go. And then that just goes on top. Okay, cool. Done. Oh wait, no, I'm not done. Oh no, I should have put this on first. Jeanne, we're pulling you off again. Ugh. Is the sword gonna be just as annoying this time? I reckon it will be. Actually, if anything, it's more annoying. I don't get why they put this in, like, two separate parts. Why don't they just keep this part on the body? Who knows? Goodwill seems to try out a lot of different techniques for making figures, I guess. Let's put that back on. And get your head on, at long last. There we go. Nice and proper. So she is new. The guy who had her, I'm pretty sure he said he hadn't opened her. So here we go. Here's her out of the box pose. Looking very clean, very saint-like. And of course, this Jeanne comes with long hair, rather than the short hair, as we've seen on Jeanne Alter, on the two previous Jeanne Alter unboxings. So let's put her back in there. And what do we have in terms of faceplate? So we've got a kind of shouty face for, I guess, battle or going into war, you know, keeping the morale up. And then we have a nice cute blushing face. I believe this is like, it's very similar to the blushing face on her racing figure, which I've got pre-ordered, so that should be coming through sometime this month. What else do we have? Let's try to get the flag out. Of course, it's taped down as to be expected. Let's see. Alright. You out. Okay, here is the flag. So the flag is, I'm pretty sure that's the Orleans flag. Don't quote me, I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm just guessing. But it's different to Jeanne Alta's flag, which has a dragon emblem on it. So that's a nice little neat detail, of course. Let's see, can we get that to stand up? Yeah, we can. And then in here we've got her flag folded up, which she uses as a weapon sometimes, as well as her sword, which is unsheathed there, and a couple of hands to hold things, and a bent leg. So I think this is going to be a pretty simple figure. For the most part, nothing too complicated here. But let us get into some poses. Alright, here is our first pose for Jeanne. So she's got her nice trusty spear, flag, thingamabob, and she's kind of charging forward. On the box, she did have her head kind of facing towards the camera once she's at this angle, but I couldn't get that quite working because of the way the hair works. I'm sure there's a way to do it. I'm kind of lazy, so I'm not going to do it. But you get the idea. This kind of shows off the same kind of feel with her and the flag and her arm out. I guess if she's facing this way, we can have the arm kind of point more like towards. Yeah, that looks way better. Check that out. There we go. So that's her pose for this. The way the flag slots in, you don't have to pull anything off to slide it in. It just pretty much goes in up to this metal point here, which is pretty much the cutoff. And then of course you've got the hair thing, which you flip that way because she's kind of facing that way, like she's just swung her head around. One thing I wish they did do for the hair is just kind of have it on like a free ball joint like the legs are. But what they've actually done is they've kind of got like the same thing as what the neck pieces have. So it can only rotate in one direction and then 360, which it's a bit of a shame. Small design choice that could have been done better. I kind of get the feel that they test out a lot of different joints, or maybe it's just sculptor specific things, like maybe a certain sculptor prefers to do it one way as opposed to other sculptors that do it a different way, but who knows. So that's it for this pose. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, here we have our next pose. It's a very cute blushing pose where Jeanne is kind of playing with her hair and just resting her other arm on her sword. It's a very cool pose, but it's a bit difficult to do because you can't get the hand to quite fit in the hair, as well as you can't really bend the arms to make the sword fit just perfectly. Because she's not actually in the box art. It's not showing her holding the sword. She's just kind of got her arm placed on the sword. Once again, I'm sure you could get it to be just perfect with maybe a bit of hot water and a bit of bending, but it's too much effort. But you kind of get the idea. It is a very nice pose. I really do like this one, actually. But yes, there's not too much to say about that pose. The hair is a bit annoying. I really wish it was on that kind of a ball joint, but hey, what can you do? Just work around it, kind of twist it around until you've got that bend in the middle to go the way you want, so you can kind of position the back of the ponytail better. But it is a very nice pose. I do like this one. Anyway, let's move on to our final pose of the day. Alright, here's our final pose for Jeanne. This is what I'm going to display her as, since the flag isn't too high up, and so it should fit in my shelf, unlike Jeanne Alta. I believe this pose actually can also be done by Jeanne Alta, so I might set them up both in the same way, but it could be a bit boring having them both look the same, but I'll figure it out. I kind of want to keep her Le Grande Duhaine thing up as well. If you've seen the video and know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so this is it for John. So the arm kind of just extends back. It looks fine, like head on. It kind of makes sense. I would have liked the arm to go a bit higher, but it's been about 30 minutes that I've been fiddling around with this thing, and I can't get it to look any better. I'd like the legs to have been together like they are on the box, but I just cannot do it for the life of me. Plus, this back thing here is just terrible. It falls off like every single time. I'm starting to think now that this is just like a design problem, and that they haven't made it thick enough so that it sits there and stays there. It's just a bit too loose. Because I've had the exact same problem with almost every single one of my figures with that exact same piece, which is kind of a pain. Plus the flag, plus the hair back thing is kind of annoying. It doesn't really pose super well, and it took forever to get right. Same thing with this sword. Like, if I touch it, it moves off, and if it moves off, I've got to fix it, and if I've got to fix it, something else moves. It's an absolute nightmare. But the final result looks pretty cool, honestly. All negative thoughts aside, I'm really glad I bought the figure. So yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for that portion of the video. So let's give her a score. So although I do like the looks of her, I'm gonna have to take off 2 points for posing, because the posing is so bad. Another point for this back bit, which is a nightmare, as well as the sword. And I think I might take one more piece off for like flimsy bits. Like, this hair thing's a bit flimsy. Like, I feel like I could snap the flag or the arms or anything while I'm trying to pose this thing. So I'm gonna give her a 6 out of 10. Although she is a pretty nice design, she's such a pain to pose, and I feel like it could break fairly easily. This definitely isn't one for beginners. Probably try stick with something else. But all in all, if you like Fate, go and grab her, just like I did. Spend all your money on all the Fate Nendoroids and go broke like me. Oh god. Yeah, small update on that actually. So I've got pretty much everything. I think the only Fate Nendoroid I'm missing at the moment is Astolfo, Rider of Black, also from Fate Apocrypha, just like Jeanne here. So I'm trying to track him down. If anyone knows where to find him, just hit me up in the comments section. I do have a couple of people who haven't replied yet, so still waiting back on them, but I've pretty much managed to track down everything else. So I will have a complete Fate Grand Order set, and pretty much the Fate series in its entirety. I've skipped out on some of the earlier ones, like the Lazy Nendoroids and Lazy Rider, Lazy Saber Alter, stuff like that, because they look a bit odd. I did get Saber Lily, even though she's a bit older. She's got the circular base instead of the square one, so I probably won't display her with the rest of the collection, just put her up on one of my other shelves. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. If you did enjoy, leave a like. Actually, wait, hold on. How about we do this instead, actually? Let's go over to what I've got. You guys can tell me what you want to see next. Pretty much everything came today, so this is why we have tons of boxes here. So ignore this. This is going to be the 100 subscribers special. We're at 50 subscribers now, which is pretty cool. Didn't think I'd grow that fast. But yeah, so this is the Nendoroid complete file. So it comes with Saber from Fate Stay Night in her casual outfit, and as well as it comes with like a book of all the Nendoroids that had been made up to that point. So that's pretty cool. So I think we'll unbox that. The figure's pretty simple, but we'll go through a squiz of the book as well, and look at every page and every Nendoroid, and give my thoughts and stuff on them for the 100 subscriber special. But moving that out of the way, here's everything else. So, I mean, ideally I'd like to do the Fate ones, but I'll let you guys decide on what to go with next. Just drop it down in the comments down below. We've got Levi and Mikasa from Attack on Titan. We've got Ed, Alphonse, and Mustang from Fullmetal Alchemist. We've got Satoshi or Ash and Pikachu. Harvest Moon Miku. We've got Arthur, Scarhawk, Saber Bride, Gilgamesh, and Paul Bunyan from Fate. So let me know what you guys want to see first, and I'll aim to do those before everything else. Expect 3 videos a week from now on, because thankfully there's a decent amount. So those are your options. Let me know. Here is Jeanne to say goodbye. That's gonna do it. So yeah, let me know in the comment section down below what you want to see next week for Monday, and I will do that first. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe for more Nendoroid content. Once we hit that 100 subscriber mark, we're gonna do the clear file, complete file, which is gonna be pretty exciting. Alright, well that's gonna do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you guys next week. Alright, bye.